once again.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's got Moonstar. If you're new, click the subscribe button. If you're not, sit back, relax, and enjoy, because we got a new episode of Stargirl coming out, and this video is to break down everything on it. Shiv Part 2. But before that, we're gonna have to do a quick recap of episode 7, Shiv Part 1. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get down to it. Stargirl Part 1 gave us a proper introduction into the character of Cindy Berman, known as the daughter of the Dragon King. We finally got to see her father, we finally got to see her backstory, we finally got to see her actual motivation, we got to see her in her amazing costume with her powers, and we finally got to see her take on Stargirl. It was an epic fight. This fight was amazing. I didn't think we'd get this fight until like episode 9 or episode 10, but wow. And by the way, if you didn't know, I totally knew Cindy Berman was evil all the way from episode 1. I totally knew she was a supervillain. If you didn't know, I totally knew. We also got to see her obliterate Courtney in the final battle of the episode. Well, that was so sad, but also predictable. So predictable. So basically, the episode just starts out with the members of the JSA excited for the training that they never actually get in this episode because Courtney is a total show-off. I mean, she's so stubborn. And the whole Icicle Jr. thing relationship she has with Cameron, I told you this would happen, people. Come on, give me an applause. I told you this would happen in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, but I totally knew this would happen. But this is like the first time we're actually seeing Courtney use her full-on gymnastics skills throughout her entire fight. But she still lost in the end, and she was about to get killed by Cindy before Justin the janitor saved her with a sword. And I know what you're going to say. You already said in my last video, you said, Justin the janitor is the shining knight, and I didn't listen. But now I believe you guys, okay? So next time, I'm going to pay more attention to the comments. I'm going to believe you guys. Anyway, at the end of the episode, the janitor calls Pat Stripesy. Anyway, we didn't see him as a member of the JSA. So how does he know that Pat's Stripesy? We're going to get more into that in this video. We also got to see that Cindy's mom isn't her real mom. She's not even a real stepmom. Turns out Cindy might have killed her actual mother, and this is actually just a glorified babysitter. And we also got to see Jenny finally stand up to Cindy. Guts to you, girl. Guts to you. She finally had the guts to tell her that she's the B word. Should I say the B word? Should I say the B word? I don't know. And we also got to see Henry finally using his telepathic powers to cheat on his test. Sing it with me. In math class, I did the best because I cheated on the test. Anyway, now we're going to get to the synopsis of episode 8, what you've been waiting for. After Courtney gets herself into some trouble following an unexpected confrontation, Pat decides they need to come clean to Barbara. Meanwhile, Cindy takes heat from her father after a plan to take matters into her own hands goes awry. Finally, Yolanda, Beth, and Rick lead an investigation into one of their own classmates. So I'm going to be breaking this down directly from the trailer of episode 8. It starts out with Shiv coming to her father and saying she found out who Stargirl is. More like she said she found Stargirl. But I can't imagine how far he's going to be really thrilled about this, because in the synopsis he says that he's mad at her. He basically did tell her to stay away from this, but she didn't. So I'm imagining he's going to be grumpy about this at the first part of the episode. But he's ultimately going to accept her help and, try to go after Courtney again. And we also see this part of the trailer where Pat says, like, what? I'm guessing he's arguing with one of the members of the the JSA, the new JSA. And now Courtney's in the hospital because of her injuries given to her by Shiv in the last episode. But I'm really wondering how they're going to explain this to Barbara in episode 8. Like, what are they going to say? Courtney got hit by a bus. Because that's the only explanation they're going to have here. I mean, they're not really good at giving actually good excuses. Seriously, I really want to see how this plays down. I mean, they did say that Pat was going to try and tell Barbara about the whole JSA thing, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's too soon. Anyway, bad news for Courtney, because I think Cindy found out about her being Stargirl. I mean, Pat was literally screaming Courtney at the end of the last episode when they found Stargirl. But I think Cindy might have found out, and this is not good for anyone in particular. I mean, it was only a matter of time before they found out. She's not really particularly good at keeping secrets, but wow. This is going to be a very big showdown Here in this picture, we see Cindy popping out her claws. Yes, those are not fake knives; they're actual claws. Popping out her claws in her civilian clothes, which means they're probably gonna have this fight in the middle of the street, or in her bedroom. I don't think this is Courtney's bedroom though. I think this might be Cindy's bedroom. Well, it could be Courtney's bedroom because she did come to visit her. But she's already in costume. She wasn't in costume in the last picture, so this is definitely Cindy's bedroom. This fight happens in. She's in her civilian clothes. She's not really in her shiv clothes, so it is probably an ambush. Courtney thought to ambush her, but she'll find out and attack her. Basically, I want to see an actual good showdown. I want to see Courtney ending up in a hospital again. Since this is Shiv Part 2, I'm guessing Courtney's definitely going to take down Shiv and put Cindy in her place. Finally. Because I cannot stand any more villains beating Courtney up. I mean, I know she's an amateur and all, but this has to stop. Here in this promo pic, we actually see Pat banging the table. I'm guessing he's yelling at the new members of the JSA, or just angry for the fact that his stepdaughter is in hospital because she refused to listen to him. Here they're probably ranking which villain did it. They're trying to look for how to find the person that did it. They did say they're leading an investigation to find out who did it in a synopsis. So I guess they're investigating every villain they can find out in Blue Valley. And that's what leads them to the house of Cindy Berman. Because they did say they're investigating a classmate. I thought maybe it'll probably be high school junior. But this right here is Cindy's fake stepmom. And Beth follows Pat to the house, meaning they're going to use the Dr. Midnight goggles to find out some secret facts about the house. But I don't think they're going to find the underground tunnel just yet. I just want to see GSA team up and take down Shiv. I mean, Courtney can't keep doing everything on her own. And finally, the part I've been promising you guys. Justin the janitor is the Shining Knight. The guy from Camelot with an enchanted sword created by Merlin. One of the 7 soldiers of victory if you're a DC comic fan or nerd. You should know that by now. Anyway, I guess he's going to play like a minor role in this season. I don't think it's going to be major, but he's going to be there. But he did call Pat Stripesy. I mean, how does he know it's Stripesy? I'm guessing this is probably a time travel thing. Or he had amnesia because that's the reason he's working as a janitor. Like in the comics, that was the reason. But now we don't really know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's amnesia, but time travel? Could be time travel. Or maybe he's just been frozen in a block of ice. We got to see a picture of his horse, Winged Victory, right here, and his sword. But not much else has been shown. I guess we'll have to wait for more episodes to come out. Okay. Just a small thing that I have to talk about here. One of you guys asked me in my last video to do this, but I was trying to hold off on it, but I'm going to do it right now. Remember that thing that happened in episode 1 where Cindy magically knew Courtney's phone number? And they said she would text her and ask her. When Courtney asked her, don't worry about it. And then in episode 4, when Yolanda took that nude pic, which I have to say is not advisable to anyone out there. Please do not do this. She took a nude pic and sent it to Henry King. And he was showing it off to his friends in the hallway. I think. She went to his friends in the hallway. And then Cindy walks by. And then she picks up his phone immediately. She doesn't really do anything. She just picks up his phone. And then she grabs it. She looks at it for like a second. I'm just like a microsecond. It didn't last that long. She left it for a microsecond. And during this period, so Yolanda was running for class president. She looks at the phone for a microsecond. And then Henry takes it immediately away from her. That day, so Yolanda was supposed to be giving a big speech. And Cindy broadcasted the entire, like mass texted the nude pic to everyone in school. Basically ruining Yolanda's life. So here's my theory I have to run by you guys. And then in the last episode 7, Cindy said she was going to call Courtney despite never having her number. So here's my theory. I think that Cindy has technopathic powers. Like she can talk to, like talking to phones, but through contact. Like she has to talk, like she has to touch the technology to actually have contact with him. This could be a power that was given to her by her father. Since we've already seen Cindy do so many different things like super healing, we've all seen this. I think she's a technopath. That's the only way she could have gotten that nude pic out of Henry's phone in less than 2 seconds and sent it to the entire school. Anyway, Harry's going to have a bigger role this season. Just wait for episode 9 titled Brainwave. We're going to do a breakdown on that too. Stick around. If you just finished watching this video, you've gotten this far. Thank you for watching. You better subscribe, comment, like, just do the usual thing you usually do. You don't need me to say this. Anyway, I just want to drop my thoughts on episode 8 before, I leave or anything. I think that Henry would make a fine addition to the JSA. I'm not sure if like he's a member in the comics, but I do think he should be one. Anyway, bye.